Greetings, advocates and members of the bar. My name is Abner Collins Mango, the low-hanging fruit and a candidate for the LSK General Member Representative seat. And today I will take some time to share with you my vision and insight that I have for the society. So who is Abner Collins Mango? Abner Collins Mango is an advocate of 6 years standing and a partner at Bikagwini and Company Advocates. I have been in the private litigation space where I have litigated for the last 6 years. For the last 2 years, I have been heavily involved in constitutional petitions and public interest litigation matters where perhaps most of you have gotten a chance to interact and have a time with me in court where we have challenged different decisions, different actions by the government, and we have successfully triumphed. So what is my vision for the society? My vision is a member-centric society geared towards the promotion of the rule of law. And what do I talk of when I say member-centric society? I'm talking about maintenance of integrity and professionalism. As a society, we pride ourselves in being a society of professionals who have earned their way to being called advocates, spending time in law school and having excelled and now practicing law. Now, we have had occurrences where we have had challenges with people who are called masqueraders. So we need to protect our practice space so that the bread and butter we have, we safely protect it with all that we have. So one of the things that we are going to work on is to ensure that our practice space is protected, including but not limited to challenging the recent decision by the Nakuru Court in petition E001 of 2026, which has now barred members of the bar from representing government institutions, and not only representing them, but it has barred payment. That is not something that we will take low or lying. We are going to take action, and together we are going to prosper. We're also looking at advocate care. That is part of my vision. What do I mean advocate care? In the recent past and in my interactions with you, I have met several complaints as to emails not being responded to, and most unfortunately phone calls not being picked. This is something that needs to be picked as a matter of utmost urgency. If you give me a chance to serve you as general member, within 2 months of me being in office, I will ensure that there is an operational advocates care desk where if you choose to go physically, you are able to be attended to, but you don't only have to go physically. You can still raise your queries via email, and we will ensure that all responses are done not later than 24 hours. Phone calls, the hotlines, need to be fully operational. But just to safeguard that, we are going to ensure that we keep a register of all complaints or all feedback that we've gotten from members so that we are able to know that whether the particular member need has been attended to or not. We also will look at an issue that most candidates have not here talk about. Our members who are of special needs, what do we have for them? What do we have in terms of making practice and equaling the space for them? So I, as your general member, will ensure that our members who are of special needs also get to have opportunities, just like as enshrined in the Constitution, so that we can be able to have equality in this sector. And special needs is not only issues of PWDs. No, it is issue of advocates also who have various challenges in their careers. We should be able to look at their welfare. We are also looking at the recent issue on the modernization of the ERP system of the LSK. We have had several challenges with this system. We are going to ensure, if you give me a chance, that these systems indeed work. There is a big issue on the issue of issuance of practicing certificates. A practicing certificate should not take more than 24 hours to process if already paid for. So as a matter of urgency as well, and as your general member, I am going to ensure that practicing certificates are issued not later than 24 hours at the point of somebody having paid for it. And this is just by simply ensuring that these systems work. You don't need to know me, you don't need to know the president, you don't need to know council members to be able to get assistance in such services. These are services that we pay for, and as a matter of right, this is something that should be able to be processed. Now, looking at recent issue that is affecting most lawyers, and more so young lawyers, myself being one of them, the issue of mental health. We are going to firmly support and robust the existing systems and CPD seminars that we have on this issue, and make sure that our mental health is well taken care of. As advocates, we do handle complex issues, and at some point in time, it is demanding, it can break you down. So as your general member, mental health remains a key issue that needs to be looked at. Another issue is the issue of mentorship of young lawyers. Now, we are at 27,000 as we speak, and there's still a lot of space. I believe there's still a lot of space in the legal sector where if we hold each other's hand, we are all able to benefit, and we are all able to earn our bread and butter. And for this instance, and for the young lawyers, I am appealing that if you give me a chance, because I personally, my story is a story of one who was successfully mentored by seniors who have held my hand, and I am who I am today because of robust mentorship. So I believe that with proper mentorship, we are all able to make it in this profession and build our brands and name to a reputable name for future. Another issue that we really need to be keen and look at is the issue of the advocate's remuneration order, and perhaps looking back at the recent decision by the petition filed by Okia Umtata that has now warranted the grant of the ex parte interim orders. It is now time, as advocates, we look at the advocate's remuneration order. I am aware that there has been a committee that had been tasked to review the advocate's remuneration order. However, some of those recommendations are not satisfactory, including but not limited to introduction of ceilings in legal fees. I believe in only providing base and enhancing the basis, then we are able to enhance our bread and butter issues. As a criminal litigator, for example, there is no need to cap an advocate on an issue of bail and bond on how much he can charge. Perhaps you might land on a matter that deals with economic crimes. You don't know the value of that subject matter. So if we retain the issue of base, then we are able to spur a conversation that is progressive. Now, many advocates who deal with government parastatals and private institutes know the pinch of the advocate's remuneration order as it is at the moment. Now, I will work towards having the ARO reviewed upwards, bearing in mind the change in economic circumstances. Now, I have also previously talked about mentorship and how does it come along in the issue of the ARO. I have heard from yourselves a lot of complaint in the issue of undercutting by some of our colleagues. I believe that this is something that can also be well curbed if we have proper mentorship structures and proper guidance to all of us, so that we safeguard our bread and butter and at least ensure that we make and earn a living befitting of our standards or standards of an advocate. So these are some of the things that if you give me a chance, I will be able to endeavor to make sure that we are able to look at them and have a better society that is member-centric. But moving to the second side of my agenda, that is having the rule of law protected. Now, the general member is under the council tasked with the sole duty of convening the public interest litigation committee. Now, we all agree that we are now moving into an electioneering period. that is the 2027 elections, is around the corner. And the council that you'll elect will be tasked with having various checks and balances during the forthcoming elections. Now, what I will ensure, and with the council that you'll be able to elect, and under the leadership of a firm and robust president, is to ensure that the rule of law is adhered to. We are from a council where we have had a lot of strategic litigations in court. We have had public interest adhered to. We have had our youths, the Gen Zs, protected by the society, but generally the general public talk about the abduction cases, talk about, human rights violations. We have successfully, as a society, been able to defend that. Now, without a functioning system, without a functioning government, then we as lawyers are also doomed. So that is the importance that is also equally held on us as a society, on our responsibility under Section 4 of the Law Society of Kenya Act, to be able to protect public interests and the rule of law. So I will ensure that whatever the society has been doing will continue to be done. However, I propose to do it differently. Now, I have received several complaints as well as to the integrity and the nature of how these instructions are issued. I am part of those who believe that a constitutional petition can be filed anywhere. I am not an encourager of forum shopping, but I do believe that a violation to the Constitution or a threat to the Constitution anywhere is a threat to the Constitution everywhere. So first of all, we are going to devolve the PIL so that we can have public interest litigation devolved within our branches, so that this is a practice opportunity area for all of us to explore and to be able to benefit. We are also going to establish a roster where we are going to have people register, just like in the judiciary themselves, to this public interest litigation matter. Now, the issuance based on vetting and being sure that one is able and capable of handling a matter, then we shall be doing it on a first-come, first-served basis, and it shall be on a rotational basis, so that we ensure that once you are able to benefit from one PIL, you have to go to the back of the line so that we all benefit. So these are some of the issues that you have shared with me, and these are some of the issues that we are ready to enhance and make our society better, so that we all can be able to raise our heads high and enjoy being advocates of the High Court of Kenya. My plea to you this afternoon is that when making that decision for general member, that you do consider Abner Collins Mango. I have been there for some time. I have been there for the people. I want to be there for the members of the society, and I want to make the society better. My campaign is under the mantra of pure commitment, and my resolution and my dedication to all the members is that my service will be one of pure commitment. So I do urge all of you on the 19th of February to turn out in large numbers and vote for Abner Collins Mango as your General Member Representative. Abner Collins Mango, the low-hanging fruit. It is the season and the time is ripe. Thank you very much, and I wish you all a happy and prosperous 2026. Remember, vote for Abner Collins Mango. Asanteni.